Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is December 4th and it's my weekly shop update. So, a little late this week. Usually I shoot these on Fridays, and this Friday, or last Friday, I actually spent the day just kind of cleaning up the shop a little bit. Things were getting a little out of hand in here. I didn't have as much space to walk around anymore, so I just kind of got sick of it. So I spent a little bit of time kind of moving things around, organizing and cleaning a little bit, and then I spent the rest of the day prepping the drawer stock parts. The stock for the drawer sides and backs of the highboy. So that was nice to be out here is doing some really mindless milling, and I got to use my cyclone for the first time for real, and that was really cool. So I think had become like just used to this whole idea that the machines kind of throw some dust here and there or throw some chips here and there. And now there's like nothing. It's nice. There's like absolutely no dust. So I'll have the video. I'm almost done with that thing. I'll probably finish up this afternoon after I finish posting this, and then I'll have the video on the cyclone upgrade thing out this week. Looking forward to that. A lot of cool stuff going on with that. So it's Monday morning. Let's do this. So last week I spent the majority of the week working on the carvings for the highboy. So the center top drawer front and then the bottom center drawer front are all just kind of like more like narrower drawers, and they both receive these kind of really simple basic fan carvings. Take a look at that. Pretty cool. You got a little like concavity recess thing with the fins of the rays. So these are really cool. Let me show you how this process went. So this drawer front is for down here, and then the top one is this guy right here. So I did a video a couple of years ago when I did the secretary desk on the fan carvings on that piece. I'll leave a link to that up in the cards and the description if you want to see a little more detail about this thing. And of course, this is covered in great detail in the actual guild build for this piece. So over here on the actual highboy, you can see this is how I like to kind of sort my parts as I'm doing my drawers. So I use the case itself to kind of store and organize and visually see when I have all the stuff I need for all the drawers. So I'll just kind of lay in all the parts, and you can still see I need a lot more pieces to do all these drawers. And over here I have it all stored out. So as I build each drawer, the drawer kind of gets put into place and replaces the mass of pieces. Just a little bit easier to kind of store things this way. Instead of having this big stack of stock lying around, you can kind of use the piece itself to organize all the parts that you're going to use, because drawers take a lot of parts. So any little bit of organization definitely helps. So that's what I've been doing last week. Wow. So that's what I've been doing the last week. Let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a crib by Paul. The crib is constructed with floating tenons and uses threaded inserts for knockdown hardware. Paul also has a lot of posts over on his Instagram that show the entire build process, so definitely check that out. Next is an art supplies organizer by Bob. Paul made this organizer for his daughter. It's made from sapele with dovetailed maple drawer sides and green flocking. Next is a secretary desk by Ethan. It's made from red oak and red elm for the drawer bodies. Ethan is a wood tech student, and you can find more of his work over on Instagram. Last this week is a dovetailed box by Jim. The box is made from walnut for the sides and maple for the top and bottom. It was made using only hand tools, and Jim made it for his daughter to give as a wedding gift for some friends. Jim has a great video over on his YouTube channel of making this box, so definitely check that out. So a little bit of follow-up this week. I know a lot of people are wondering how these lights have been holding up. These are the LED lights I made back in February, so let me show you those. So what I think most people are interested in with these things was how the adhesive was holding up to keep the strips attached to the fixtures, and it's actually holding up really well. So on the fixture where I didn't actually cut the two lines and have a separate wiring or whatever like I did over here, the LED strips have totally stuck to the fixture and there's no issue with the strips actually peeling off. On this one over here, however, the spot where I actually cut them and then added this wire to attach them together has actually started to peel. So maybe just the added weight of this wire was too much for that adhesive or whatever, but the rest of the way down here has been totally fine. It hasn't come off at all. And this isn't really too big of a deal. If that's all it's going to come off, is just this one end, I have a pretty quick fix for that. A little super glue on here and some activator, and this should be fine forever. So over here on the bandsaw, the lights have been holding up really well. They're totally still fixed and haven't started to peel off at all anywhere. And one thing I did do on here was down here where I knew I had this added weight of the connectors kind of hanging down from the wires. The strips right at this connection point here are super glued directly to the bandsaw itself, so I don't have to really worry about these pulling the strips off the underside of the bandsaw here. But I'll tell you what, having the lights on the bandsaw, probably the best thing I've ever done, because it's so much better to use the saw with the added lighting there. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.